Good morning to everyone. Today in this video we are going to study chapter number 15, Introduction to Graph. So dear student, in the previous video we had already completed chapter number 14, Factorizations. Okay, yesterday in the last video we had completed our exercise. So dear students, exam is coming so fast. You had got your timetable and the portions of every subject, isn't it? So whatever the doubts you are having the number, WhatsApp number of every subject teacher. Please ask your doubt through the WhatsApp number. Okay, now in this video we are going to see chapter number 15, Introduction to Graph. So here we are going to see mainly how to draw the graph. So student, in previous class you had already studied a bar graph and a double bar graph. In this 8th class you are going to study pie graph, that is also called a circle graph or a pie chart graph, histogram and line graph and a linear graph. So these 4 are the new thing which you are going to study in this chapter. Okay, one by one we are going to see the explanations of this graph. So before explaining the graph, there are two type of coordinates. First is the x coordinate and second is the y coordinates. Okay, so x y is equals to 2 and 3, where x value is 2 and y value is 3. So these are called as a coordinate. With the help of these coordinates we are going to plot the linear graph and a line graph. Okay, now what about axis? Axis, everybody know that two types of axis is there. Vertical axis is y-axis and horizontal axis is x-axis. But you have to remember that in x-axis value of y will be 0 and in y-axis value of x will be always 0. Clear? So now let's see one by one the explanations of the graph. We are going to start the chapter 15, explanations of the graph. Okay, so first graph is a bar graph, that everybody know how to draw a bar graph, isn't it? Simple an example and a figure is given. I will just explain you once more. This is the graph paper. Okay, whatever a box you are going to see, this is a graph paper. So how to draw a graph on a graph paper I had already taught you, isn't it? So this one is the x-axis, this vertical line is the y-axis. At that top we are going to write here unit, isn't it? Here we are going to write unit, and this is the origin O. Okay, here we are going to write term 1, term 2, term 3, whatever the exams is going to be held. Then at the vertical of y-axis we are going to write the marks of mathematics, isn't it? Mathematics subject we are going to write over here. Now in the first term, second term and third term, in the first term how much marks that person is get, that is between 20 to 30 is 25, isn't it? So we are going to plot that particular graph, and from where you will get those information? From the tabular form. Okay, whatever the table is given, according to that table only we are going to draw the graph, isn't it? So every information you will get from the table itself. Then in the second term, how much marks he or she got? That is 30 marks, isn't it? And in the third term, how much marks is he or she get? That is present between 50 to 40, that is 45. Okay, so this is a simple graph which we people are generally using. Clear? This is called as a bar graph. Now double bar graph can also, a bar graph can also have a double bar graph. This also you had already studied, that in a bar graph only we can draw a double bar graph, isn't it? So here we are having a graph. You can see that 2 days are there, Monday and Tuesday. Okay, and on Monday, this are the Monday. This total graph which is in dark shade is of Monday. Okay, on Monday mango, apple, orange, papaya and banana is going to be sold. Then on Tuesday, that again mango, apple, banana, orange, papaya is going to be sold. Okay, now for both the fruits we have, for both the day we have to compare how much is going to be sold out, isn't it? So on Monday how much mango is going to be sold out? That is how much? Here it is, isn't it? So if we are going to see, it is between 20 to 15. Then on Tuesday, mango is going to be sold between 25 to 30. So in this way we are going to see the comparing the sales of the mango, apple, orange, papaya and banana, that means fruits, on the 2 days, that means Monday and Tuesday. So this kind of graph which is going to be drawn combining each other is said to be as a double bar graph. This also you had already studied. The new thing which we are going to see here is a pie graph. Pie graph is also known as circle graph and it is also called as pie chart. Okay, so pie chart is going to be drawn in the form of a circle. This is a circle and its degree is how much? Degree is always 360. Whatever a small circle, big circle or a large circle you are going to draw, its degree will be always equals to 360 degree, isn't it? Now how you will get this percent? For that a particular method is there to find out. Okay, so while solving the question we are going to see that method, how the numbers is being converted and how the pie chart is drawn by using the data given in the questions. Clear everyone? Okay, next one is a histogram. So there is a minute difference between a bar graph. Bar graph always starts from 0 or a double bar graph is always starts from 0, but a histogram is having a zigzag interval. That means it's suppose a bar graph interval will be 0 to 10, 10 to 20, isn't it? But in a histogram the interval might be 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. That means it won't start from the 0. That's why a histogram is to have a zigzag path along with the x-axis. Okay, so this kind of graph is said to be as a histogram. While looking the figure it will be more clear to you people. Okay, so here is the data is being given, this weight of a person, number of persons. So 40 to 45, the weight of a person is 40, between the interval, these are called the intervals. Okay, so these are called the interval. Remember, in a histogram these data are called as a interval period. Okay, so using this data 40 to 45, how many persons are there? 4. Then weight 45 to 50, 12 persons are there. Weight 50 to 55, 13 persons are there. Weight 55 to 66 persons are there. Then weight 60 to 65, 5 persons are there, isn't it? So while using this data we are going to draw the histogram. Now look the histogram. As I told you, due to the class interval, okay, due to the class interval, a zigzag path is being noted in the histogram. This is a clear that while seeing this zigzag path we can say that this is a histogram, but in the bar graph or a double bar graph we don't have any zigzag path over there. Okay, so this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, this one is the x-axis. Clear? Here weight is mentioned in kg, that means 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 and 70 is the weight of a person which is given according to the interval in the above table. Okay, and here we are going to see the number of persons. Clear? So number of persons we are going to start with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, now what is given in the first data? 40 to 45 weight, how many person is having? That is, how many persons are there? That is 4 persons. Then 45 to 50 weight, how many persons are having? That is 12 persons are having, isn't it? So we are going to draw attaching with that. Then 50 to 55, how many persons are having the weight? That is 13 persons. So 13 will come between 14 and 12 at the center. Okay, so here are the 13 persons graph. Now 50 to 60, how many persons are having weight? That is 6 persons are having weight. And 60 to 65 kg weight, how many persons are having? That is between 4 and 6 will be 5 persons. So according to the table only we have to draw the graph. One more thing student, here in the figure 14.4 a zagged line, that means a zigzag line, has been used along horizontal line to indicate that we are not showing the number 0 to 40. So why this zigzag line is given in the histogram? It is given that because we can, if suppose we are drawing, we can show 0, so 10, isn't it, 20, 30, then 40, isn't it, we are showing like that. So after 40 only the graph will be drawn, so this much space will be left out. So instead of writing that 0 to the 40 numbers directly, we had shown a zigzag path. Okay, so that will be the interval which is not appearing, not showing the numbers between 0 to 40. Clear everyone? This is the histogram. Now a line graph we are having. Okay, in a line graph we have to display the data that changes continuously over the period of time. So a line graph is a kind of graph that will be continuously changing according to the periods of time. That means according to the class interval it is going to be changed. Okay, so suppose we are having a time, how much time we are having? Here the time interval is being given. So here the time is given at 6 am. At 6 am the temperature of the city, okay, is given as 37 degree Celsius. At 10 am the temperature of the city is given as 40 degree Celsius. At 2 pm the temperature of the city is given as 38. At 6 pm the temperature of the city is given as 35. Now we have to plot a graph, a line graph we have to plot. So as we know that while plotting the graph you have to use the graph paper only. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, unit you have to write at the top, isn't it? So here we will in the horizontal line we have to mention time, and in the vertical line we are going to mention temperature in degree Celsius. Clear? Now what is the first? 6 am, then 10 am, then 2 pm, then 6 pm. In the same way here we are going to mention the temperature. Clear? Now it will be more clear to you when we are going to see the graph of that line graph. So this is the graph we are having over here, isn't it? So we had drawn x-axis, this one is the x-axis, this one is the y-axis. Clear? Time is being mentioned over the vertical, sorry, at the y-axis, and at the x-axis, sorry, and temperature is mentioned along the vertical line, that is y-axis. Okay, now temperature is 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. Okay, then time at 6 am, what is the temperature is given in the table, that is 37. So we will going to at the straight of that we are going to mark a dot. Okay, then after that straight making that, this one is the x, this one is y-axis. So at 6 am what is the temperature of the city is 37. Then at 10 am what is the temperature of the city is, that is 40. Okay, making the dot over there, that's why it is called a linear graph. You will understand soon why it is called a linear graph. Then at 2 pm the temperature is 38. Then at 6 pm the temperature is 35. So have you got the temperature is according to the time in the graph, isn't it? Then what we have to do, we have to join these dots. While joining this dot, a line will be there, this line, isn't it? So this kind of line graph, this kind of graph is said to be as a line graph. Clear everyone? So this kind of graph is said to be as a line graph. Clear? Now next one will be a linear graph. Linear graph is same as the line graph, a little bit tabular or table or interval will be difference will be there in that. It is a continuation of the interval or a period of time is given in the linear graph. Clear everyone? So dear student, it is not required to note down these things in your copy. Directly for chapter number 15 you have to note down directly the exercise 15.1. okay, no need of noting down all those explanations in your copy right now. Okay, now this is the line graph which I had explained you right now, isn't it? Next we are going to see about the coordinates. How many coordinates will be there in the graph? So in the graph especially two types of coordinates will be there. Okay, x and y are the two coordinates. If suppose 2 is the value of x, then 3 is the value of y. So using this coordinates value we are going to plot a graph in the graph paper. Okay, so look, suppose you go to an auditorium and search for your reserved seat. Of course, since we are going to see the picture in the auditorium or anywhere, we are first going to see our seat, our booked seat, isn't it? So you need to know two numbers, the row numbers and the seat numbers. Of course, we are seeing the row number and the seat number for searching our particular booked seat, isn't it? So this is the basic method for fixing a point in a plane. Of course, we are going, when we are having the ticket to find our seat, first we are going to see which row we are having, and in that row what is the number of seat we are having. Of course, we are going to do like that, isn't it? So that is a particular way to find out our seat in a plane. Then observe in the figure 15.12 how the points 3, 4 is the coordinates over here, which is 3 units from left edge and 4 units from the bottom edge is plotted on a graph sheet. The graph sheet itself is a square grid. We draw the x and y axis conveniently and then fix the required points 3. Okay, is called the x coordinate of the point, 4 is the y coordinates of the point. We say that the coordinates points are 3 and 4. So look in the graph what is being given in the graph. It will be more clear to you people. Okay, so seeing in the graph you can see here this one is the horizontal x axis. Okay, isn't it? This was the one is the origin OO. Remember student, at origin always x and y value will be 0. Here at this particular place the x value is always 0, y value is always 0. Okay, and in the vertical line, that means in y axis value of x is always 0 and in x axis value of y will be always equals to 0. This you have to keep it in your mind for solving the exercise. Okay, now what to be done in this coordinates? This is the graph for the x axis and y axis we are having. This is the x axis, isn't it? This one is the y axis. So keeping the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here also we are keeping the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here we are having the, what is the coordinates we are having? 3 and 4 is the coordinates of x and y. These are the coordinates of x and y. Okay, so here what is the first number? This is the x1, this is the y1. 3 is the value of x which we have to plot in. Okay, and y is the value of 4. Value of y will be 4. So looking from the bottom, 3 is there, so pointing 3 here and here pointing 4. So both 3 and 4 is going to be matched at a particular point here. I will explain you again, it will be clear. See, first x comma y is called coordinates as 3 and 4. So this is the value of x we are having, this is the value of y we are having. So looking x value 3 in the x axis, what is here? Here it is 3, making a dot over there. Then what is the value of y we are having here? 4, making the dot over there. Then we are going to extend that line where it meets, that means 4 and the dot 3, here it is going to be made. Both is going to be made at a particular point. So that particular point is set as 3, 4. that will be xy coordinates. Clear? What do you mean by coordinates? So that particular point where the axis 3 and 4 is going to be combined, okay, so that particular point, this point is said to be as a coordinates. So have you understood which is called a coordinate? This point is said to be as a coordinate 3 and 4. So dear student, here I had explained each and everything about the graph axis, how to draw. Now tomorrow onwards we are going to see the exercise 15.1. I will draw the graph and I will show you how to draw it. Clear everyone? So thank you for this.